I like to thank Johann Brahms, Johann Strauss, Richard Strauss, Beethoven, Mozart, George Gershwin.
I have the feeling that what Dmitri Tiomkin said in 1955 still applies. Well, onward. By way of introducing our next messengers, I am reminded that I had to make at least 6 films before my name became a household word in my own household. These two did it with their very first appearances. She is the extraordinary young beauty in Ordinary People, and he is the glib young con whose performance in 48 Hours gave the rest of us that much time to get out of town. Eddie Murphy and my lovely patient from Lovesick, Elizabeth McGovern.
Trip. Did you see me trip?
No, that was just what I expected.
Well, I'm not cool anymore.
No. Eddie, in this category, it's for best visual effects.
You know, before we get to that, you know what I'm thinking about?
What? I can't guess.
10 women in the audience within like a week or so are going to get picked for like the worst best dressed at the Oscars in People magazine. And I think that's funny. What were you going to say?
You do. Be serious,
Okay,
Eddie.
all right.
This is the
In the category for best visual effects.
The nominees are
Douglas Trumbull, Richard Urasich, and David Dreyer for Blade Runner.
Richard Edlund, Michael Wood, and Bruce Nicholson for Poltergeist.
Carlo Rambaldi, Dennis Muren, and Kenneth F. Smith for E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
And the winner is... The winners are Carlo Rambaldi, Dennis Muren, and Kenneth F. Smith for E.T.
Accepting the Visual Effects Award for E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Carlo Rambaldi, Dennis Muren, and Kenneth F. Smith.
I'd like to thank my collaborator and the member of the Academy for recognizing my work, the art and the technology which gave E.T. life. Thank you very much.
And we'd like to acknowledge the excellent work in the other nominees in this category. And thank you very much to Mike McAllister, Mike Pangrazio in the Map Department, and Steven Spielberg for excellent, excellent direction.
I'd like to thank Dave Barry and Ralph Gordon and Mike Fulmer and Charlie Bailey.
And special thanks to my wife, Zara.
Thanks, Stephen.
The first award will be revealed by the Motion Picture Association executive who has become Hollywood's movies ambassador to the world, and represented by the lady who was the first one to win an Oscar 2 times in a row. In 1936 for The Great Ziegfeld, and in 1937 for The Good Earth. Here are the distinguished Mr. Jack Valenti and the legendary Louise Reiner.
I am terribly happy to be here. This place, this industry is part of my life, always has been. But I think that when I got my Academy Awards, I didn't even have radio coverage. And now we have worldwide television. How wonderful, how exciting, and what a chance.
It's only fitting, Mrs. Right. MGM turned its backlot into, of all things, China. And today's filmmakers have turned the entire globe into a backlot.
Yes, you're quite right. As a matter of fact, today most nations have their own film industry. And tonight, the Academy is going to honor the best foreign film. And I have the joy and the honor to congratulate the nominees, who are Alzino and the Condor, a Nicaraguan film, Nicaraguan production, made, of course, in Nicaragua.
Coup de Touchon, clean slate, a film de la Tour production, France.
The Flight of the Eagle. It's a bold production for the Swedish Film Institute, the Swedish television SVT2, Svensk Film Industry, and Norsk Film AS. Production, Sweden.
Gesundheit. Private Life, a Mosfilm studio production from the USSR.
Volver, empezar. I think I better say, to begin again. That is really the translation. A Nickelodeon film production made in Spain. Jack, you have that envelope.
I'll let you speak the name.
The winner is Volver a empezar.
All my life, since I was a kid, I have dreamed of this moment. Well, the dreams come true sometimes, and that's the thing. I want to express my congratulations and my gratitude to my partner and my friend, José Esteban Alenda, and my friends, Enrique Herreros and Milton Colston, and my late friend Alfonso Sanchez, and also 20th Century Fox and the Academy. And now, allow me to say in my own language, estamos todos los que hemos hecho esta película muy contentos y muy agradecidos a ustedes, y también todos los que hacemos cine en mi país, en España. Thank you very, very much all to you.
Isn't it thrilling to see Ms. Reiner back here? I mean, you know something? Mr. Valenti was right. I mean, if they remade The Good Earth now, I mean, they couldn't recreate it again on the back lot. They have to do it in Yugoslavia or something.
I am so honored tonight to appear with Mr. Mitchum to present the award for Best Supporting Actress.
Is that what we're doing?
Yes. And time is of the essence.
All right, then let's keep it shorter than the Winds of War. The 5 gifted women nominated for this award are Glenn Close in The World According to Garp,
Terry Garr in Tootsie,
Jessica Lange in Tootsie,
Kim Stanley in Francis,
Leslie Ann Warren in Victor, Victoria,
They were all brilliant. I stand in awe of talent.
I'm going to invite you to the opening of my next picture.
That's a date.
Well, dear friends and anxious ladies, the winner is... Surprise. The winner is Jessica Lange.
Right there. This is a great honor for me. I thank you all very much. I feel real lucky to have been a part of Tootsie, to have worked with actors like Charlie Durning and Dabney Coleman and Terry Garr, and to have had Sidney Pollack as my director and Dustin Hoffman as my leading lady. Oh, this is so exciting. I want to thank you all very, very much. This means so much to me. Thank you.
It's our pleasure to reveal the winner for the best performance by an actor in a supporting role.
The nominees are Charles Durning for The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Gossett Jr. in An Officer and a Gentleman.
John Lithgow in The World According to Garth.
James Mason in The Verdict.
And Robert Preston in Victor Victoria.
Funny, Chris, but two of those performances could have been performed by women.
Yeah, I guess you're trying to say that this year's Oscar Derby is partly a drag race.
Not exactly. Okay.
Okay, the winner...
the winner is...
You better do that.
I would be glad to. Thank you very much.
The winner is Gossett Jr.
You know, when you prepare a speech, it's no use because it's all gone. I tried to get my kid to come up here to share this with me, but there are some special people I would like to share this with. Specifically, tomorrow is the 17th anniversary of my relationship with my one agent, Mr. Ed Bondi. They say marriages don't last. I've got a spirit that guides me, starting with my great-grandmother who died at the age of 117, and my mom and dad, who I know are watching, and my cousin Yvonne, thank you. You make everything fall into place. And all you other four guys, this is ours. Thank you.
It's my high honor to present the award for Best Actress in a Leading Role. No writer, director, or producer would have anyone to blame if he had any of these fine ladies starring in his film. The nominees are, for her hilarious depiction of a woman who passes herself off as a man pretending to be a woman, Julie Andrews in Victor Victoria. For her riveting portrayal of the beautiful but tortured actress whose star was a comet that burned out too soon, Jessica Lange in Frances. For her compelling realism as a frustrated wife caught between revolution and bureaucracy, Sissy Spacek in Missy. for her astonishing versatility in bringing William Styron's Victim from the printed page to the screen, Meryl Streep in Sophie's Choice. For her beguiling honesty as the winsome factory worker who makes a gentleman out of an officer, Deborah Winger. No matter what the decision, they've all made film history, and I commend you all. And the winner is marvelous Meryl Streep. I'll get that.
That's my speech.
No, it's your speech there? Okay. Short speech. It is.
Oh, boy. No matter how much you try to imagine what this is like, it's just so incredibly thrilling, right down to your toes. I have a lot of people to thank. And I'm going to be one of those people that tries to mention a lot of names, because I know just 2 seconds ago my mother and father went completely berserk. And I'd like to give some other mothers and fathers that opportunity. I'd like to thank William Styron for creating this beautiful character, and Alan Pakula for bringing it to the stage and allowing me to play it. I would like to thank Marty Starger and ITC for finding the financing for it, Nestor Almendros, the great cinematographer, Albert Wolski, wonderful costumer, and the crew, Tommy Priestley, the Gerardos, the DeBlau brothers, Tommy Prate, Chris Newman, Denny Maitland, Wally Props, Lillian, Alba, Dixie, Roy Helland. I'd like to thank my Polish coach, Elena Bacco, my German coaches, Ann Cattaneo and David Friedman, and the 37 members of the American and European casts, whom I won't mention all of their names, but for two. I feel like I owe them this, because everything that I had, I got from looking in their eyes, and for the great love they gave me for 5 months. I thank Kevin Kline and Peter McNichol. And I thank you all very much.
Of many outstanding performances by actors in leading roles in this year of brilliant movies, the 5 nominees are, for his multi-layered portrayal of the unemployed actor who becomes a better man by putting on a dress and gaining an insight into the world of women, Dustin Hoffman in Tootsie. For his remarkable recreation of the young Indian lawyer as he moved through history to become a symbol of peace and nonviolence, Ben Kingsley in Gandhi. For his searing portrait of a tortured American father battling a sinister system in search of his son, Jack Lemmon in Missing. For his deep conviction as an alcoholic lawyer who comes to victorious terms with himself, Paul Newman in The Verdict. For his flamboyant caricature of a swashbuckling film star who invades television with a lunge and a thrust, Peter O'Toole in My Favorite Year. 5 outstanding performances, and the winner is Ben Kingsley and Gandhi.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Academy, you have bereft me of all words, but that's not good enough. I am custodian of this award for a lot of people. Let me say, before continuing any further, that I was overwhelmed to be mentioned in the same breath as the other 4 gentlemen who were nominated with me. This film was dedicated to Pandit Nehru, Lord Mountbatten of Burma, and Motilal Kothari, all men of great vision and courage. It was made by my friend, Sir Richard Attenborough, another great man of vision and courage, and for all the men and women who worked on the film, this is an Oscar for vision, for courage, and for acting, and for peace. Thank you.
I'm now about to mention a name that usually comes above the title, because he's won 6 Oscars as writer and director of such movies as The Lost Weekend, Sunset Boulevard, and The Apartment. He's had an astonishing total of 21 nominations for such others as Ninotchka, Hold Back the Dawn, Ball of Fire, Double Indemnity, Foreign Affair, The Big Carnival, Stalag 17, Sabrina, Witness for the Prosecution, and Some Like It Hot. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the eminent, illustrious, charming, funny, and magnificent Billy Wilder.
It says in the Bible, in the 5th book of the New Testament, chapter 20, verse 35, it says there, it is more blessed to give than to receive. I don't believe that. Here then are the nominations for this year's Director's Award, and the nominees are Wolfgang Petersen in Das Boot, Steven Spielberg for E.T. the Extraterrestre, Richard Attenborough for Gandhi, Sidney Pollack for Tootsie, and Sidney Lumet for The Verdict. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is your verdict. The winner is Richard Attenborough for Gandhi.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow members of the Academy, without Joe Child and Jake Evetts and the National Film Development Corporation of India, the film would not have been made. Without Marty Baum, I would never have been able to maintain my courage. I am totally bowled over by this, and I think an enormous contribution to my holding it must go to Frank Price and Columbia Pictures for their courage in agreeing to distribute it. There are many people I would like to thank, and some you have already honored. But I would simply say to Sidney Lumet and Sidney Pollack and Wolfgang Petersen and Steven Spielberg Company. Thank you very much.
Good job.
Oh, we're in the home stretch now. 5 big movies are thundering to the wire. We've never had a dead heat. So to announce the winner, here is the dazzling, delightful, and delicious Carol Burnett.
The nominees for the Best Picture, there were so many wonderful ones. I know it was tough to pick one. So here they are. E.T., the extraterrestrial, a story about the children we all are and the grown-ups we sometimes seem to be. A Universal Pictures production, Universal. Steven Spielberg and Kathleen Kennedy, producers. Gandhi, the biography of a man who brought pride, dignity, and peace to his nation, and who even today inspires millions of people with undying humanity. An Indo-British Films production, Columbia, Richard Attenborough, producer. Missing, the story of a futile search for truth and freedom in a land where such things no longer exist. The Universal Pictures Polygram Pictures presentations of an Edward Lewis production, Universal. Edward Lewis and Mildred Lewis, producers. Tootsie, a human comedy of gender and role-playing set in the world of contemporary daytime television. A Mirage Punch production, Columbia, Sidney Pollack and Dick Richards, producers. The Verdict, a story of law and medicine and the human beings caught between them. A Fox Zanuck Brown production, 20th Century Fox, Richard D. Zanuck and David Brown, producers. It should be a 5-way tie. Gandhi, Richard Attenborough, producer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this should not be a moment for regret in any sense, but I have to say that I have the regret that my late partner, Moti Kothari, to whom this film was dedicated, is not here to share this award with me. And to his widow, Dorothy and Shama and Rajni, I send my love and my very grateful thanks for the fact that their father gave me the idea of making this film. Members of the Academy, you have seen fit to honor a number of people who have been connected with this film. Jack and Ben and Billy and many others. And particularly without Jack and Ben, there would have been no movie. But I'm sure that they would agree that the person whom you really honor, as Ben suggested, was Mahatma Gandhi himself. He was an inspiration to millions and millions of people. And the extraordinary thing always seems to me that he is currently still an inspiration. Your great folk hero, Martin Luther King Jr., was inspired by Mahatma Gandhi. Lech Walesa, that noble Polish patriot, came out of prison the other day and said that what he had been attempting to do in the past was not going to work. The only way in which we could find human dignity and peace was through the philosophies and teachings of Gandhi. Gandhi simply asked that we should examine the criteria by which we adjudge the manner of solving our problems. That surely, in the 20th century, we human beings, searching for our human dignity, could find other ways of ultimately solving our problems than blowing the other man's head off. He begged us to re-examine that criteria. He believed that if we would but agree, simplistic though it be, that we would not resort to violence in the ultimate, then the route that we would take in solving our problems would be a quite different one to the one that we accept now in the acceptance of ultimate confrontation. He begged us to re-examine that criteria. I believe he had something to say to all of us everywhere in the world. And dear colleagues, in all truth, because the films that were nominated with me all wished for the same thing, all their makers wanted to say the same thing, and in all truth, it is not me, or even Ben or Jack or Billy, that you truly honor. You honor Mahatma Gandhi and his plea to all of us to live in peace.